5 years passed since the Craxus attack on Earth. Much had changed across the galaxy. Dr. Olivia Warren stood on the observation deck of the new Galactic Concord headquarters on Mars. Below her, ships from 23 different species arrived and departed from the busy spaceport. "Hard to believe how far we've come," Captain Holden said, joining her at the window. He was now Admiral Holden, commander of Earth's defense fleet. "From nearly extinct to thriving again," Olivia agreed. "All because a virus that almost killed our ancestors millions of years ago ended up saving us." The final battle against the Craxus had been unexpected. When Dr. Carter discovered the human DNA in Craxus biology, Dr. Wong developed a new approach. Instead of fighting the Craxus, they created a retrovirus that could repair the damaged parts of Craxus genetics. The virus didn't kill the Craxus. It healed them. It removed the programming that forced them to destroy other life forms. For the first time in their existence, the Craxus could choose their own path. Some continued fighting, but many stopped. Their coordinated attacks fell apart as individual Craxus began questioning their purpose. The Prime Voice lost control of the fleet. In the confusion, Earth forces and their new alien allies pushed the remaining hostile Craxus back. "Dr. Wong is ready for the presentation," Amy Peterson said, entering the observation deck. She was now Commander Peterson, liaison to the new Galactic Concord. They walked to the main hall where representatives from all 23 surviving species gathered. Humans sat beside Vexilor, Vet, Mary, and others, including a small group of reformed Craxus. The hall fell silent as Dr. Natalie Wong took the stage. "5 years ago, we faced extinction," she began. "The Craxus bioweapon nearly wiped out all intelligent life in our galaxy. But today, we are not just surviving. We are evolving together." She showed images on the large screen behind her. Each showed the DNA of different species with similar patterns highlighted. The emergency gene therapy we used had unexpected effects. The human viral DNA sequence didn't just protect other species. It created a bridge between our different evolutionary paths. We are now linked in a way no one thought possible. In the audience, Jack Carter watched with pride. His discovery of the protective junk DNA had changed the course of history. Beside him sat a young Vexilor scientist who had been one of the first to receive the treatment on Europa 9. "Each species maintains its unique traits," Dr. Wong continued, "but we now share a common genetic foundation. We can understand each other at a biological level never before possible. This has allowed advances in medicine, communication, and technology that would have taken thousands of years to develop otherwise." At the back of the hall, Ambassador Cathol listened carefully. He had survived his mission to distract the Craxus ships, though not without scars. His once green scales now shimmered with blue highlights, a side effect of the human DNA therapy. "But our greatest achievement," Dr. Wong said, "is with the Craxus themselves." She gestured to the Craxus representatives. They looked different now, their skull-like faces softened, their multiple eyes less cold. By studying their genetic code, we discovered they were created as weapons in an ancient war fought long before recorded history. Their creators are gone, but the Craxus remained, following programming they couldn't control. Now they are free to choose their own destiny. After the presentation, Colonel Marshall, now General Marshall, joined Holden and Warren on the observation deck. "The Craxus told us something interesting," she said. "They believe they were created to fight against a threat from outside our galaxy, something their creators feared would someday return." "Another enemy?" Holden asked. "Perhaps," Marshall replied. "But if that day comes, we'll be ready. Not as separate species, but as one united galaxy." Olivia looked out at the stars. The bioweapon that was meant to destroy all intelligent life had instead forced an evolutionary leap no one could have predicted. Separate species with separate paths were now connected, sharing the best parts of their genetic heritage. "It's like you said years ago," she told Holden. "Evolution isn't about strength, it's about adaptation. And together, We've adapted in ways no one thought possible. In the vastness of space, on thousands of worlds, new generations were being born. Each carried the shared genetic legacy, a testament to the day when their bioweapon broke every species, except humans who evolved. And in doing so, helped everyone else evolve too. Captain Holden faced an impossible choice: stay and fight at Europa 9, or try to return to Earth to help against the Craxus attack. We can't leave these people, Amy argued, pointing to the aliens they had treated. And we can't abandon Earth, Dr. Carter countered. The final door to their section began to glow red as the Craxus weapons melted through it. They had minutes at most. Dr. Warren looked up from her tablet with wide eyes. Wait, the genetic changes in the treated aliens. They're not just getting our immunity. Their DNA is evolving rapidly. They're developing new abilities. As if to prove her point, a treated vet stepped forward. The crystalline being raised its arms, and its body glowed with intense light. Energy pulsed from it in waves. Where the energy touched the melting door, the metal cooled and hardened again. I feel different, the vet said. Stronger, changed. Other treated aliens showed new abilities too. The Vexillor moved with incredible speed. The Mary could extend their gaseous forms outside their suits for short periods. Each species was evolving in unique ways, becoming something new. The human DNA sequence isn't just protecting them, Dr. Warren explained quickly. It's unlocking potential that was always there in their genetic code. It's accelerating their evolution. The strengthened door wouldn't hold forever. Captain Holden made his decision. Dr. Warren, Dr. Carter, and half our team will return to Earth with the treatment data. The rest of us will stay and fight alongside our new allies. The Horizon prepared to leave with its precious cargo of scientific data. As they worked, a message arrived from Ambassador Cathal. His small ship had led 2 Craxus vessels on a wild chase through an asteroid field. I've damaged both ships, he reported. But they're still following me. I'll continue to keep them busy as long as I can. The Horizon launched, slipping away as the battle for the sanctuary intensified. The treated aliens fought with their new abilities, holding back the Craxus soldiers. On Earth, the first Craxus ships appeared in the sky. They released clouds of green mist over major cities. People fell ill within hours. The symptoms were different from what had affected the alien species. This bioweapon was designed specifically for human biology. Colonel Marshall, protected in an underground bunker, received reports from around the world. Millions infected already. Hospitals overwhelmed. But something strange happened. While many people got sick, few died. The illness caused fever and weakness, but then most patients began to recover. Dr. Wong analyzed blood samples from patients. The Craxus miscalculated, she told General Harris. Their weapon is mutating inside human hosts. It's becoming less deadly with each generation of replication. So we'll survive, the general asked. Many will get sick, but yes, most should survive. Our immune systems are adapting faster than they expected. The Horizon raced toward Earth, pushing its engines beyond safe limits. Inside, Dr. Warren made another discovery about the Craxus. Look at this genetic sequence from the Craxus soldier we examined, she said to Dr. Carter. There's something familiar about it. Dr. Carter studied the data. It can't be. There's human DNA in the Craxus genome. Very old, modified human DNA. What does it mean? Captain Holden asked. I think the Craxus might have been created using ancient human genetic material, Dr. Warren said. Maybe they were made as weapons in some forgotten war, thousands or even millions of years ago. By humans? Holden asked, shocked. Or by someone who had access to human genetic material, Dr. Warren said. Either way, it changes everything. The Craxus aren't just our enemies. They're connected to us somehow. As the Horizon approached Earth, they saw Craxus ships in orbit. The attack was well underway, but they also saw something unexpected. Earth ships rising to meet the threat. And these weren't military vessels. They were coalition ships, piloted by treated aliens who had arrived to help their human allies. On the main Craxus command ship, the Prime Voice received disturbing news. The human bioweapon is failing, and our ground forces report that the treated aliens are developing enhanced abilities. For the first time in its existence, the Prime Voice felt something like fear. Something was happening that had never happened before. Evolution was accelerating, and the Craxus, designed to be the perfect biological weapons, were facing something their creators had never anticipated. Craxus soldiers moved through the lower levels of the sanctuary. They looked like taller versions of the Prime Voice, with skull-like faces and multiple eyes. They carried weapons that fired a green mist, a concentrated form of their bioweapon. Captain Holden organized the defense. Everyone who hasn't received the treatment needs to move to the upper levels. Those who have been treated, help me set up barriers. The aliens who received the human DNA therapy were growing stronger by the minute. The Vexilor's scales now shimmered with health. The Thet glowed brightly. Even the few remaining Mary swirled with renewed energy in their suits. In the medical area, Dr. Carter worked frantically. We've treated 15 species now. Only 2 more to go. Dr. Warren loaded more syringes. We need to hold the Craxus off just a little longer. Ambassador Cathal prepared his small ship for launch. I will draw away at least some of their forces, he told Holden over the comm system. Use the time wisely. His ship detached from the sanctuary and flew directly at the Craxus vessels. It was tiny compared to the massive enemy ships, but it moved with incredible speed. Thal fired all weapons at once, damaging one of the Craxus ships before darting away. 2 enemy vessels broke off to chase him. It worked, Amy shouted, watching the screens. 2 ships are leaving. But the remaining 3 Craxus ships continued drilling, and their soldiers already inside were moving upward through the sanctuary. On Earth, the 30-day deadline was almost over. Colonel Marshall received an encrypted message from the Horizon team. It explained the treatment's success and included Dr. Wong's research data. We need to prepare for the worst, she told General Harris. If the Horizon team fails, the Craxus will attack Earth next. We should start producing this treatment for our people, just in case. Dr. Wong was already working on it. Her moon base lab had become a production facility. The treatment might help us resist their new bioweapon, she explained. Though we can't be certain until we face it. At Europa 9, the first battle between humans and Craxus began. The sanctuary's lower levels were lost. The defenders retreated upward, sealing doors behind them. A Craxus soldier was captured when a door closed, trapping it alone with 3 treated Vexilor. The alien fought fiercely, but was eventually subdued. Dr. Warren examined it carefully. This is our first chance to study a Craxus up close, she said. What she discovered shocked everyone. This isn't a natural being. The Craxus are artificial, created, not evolved. Their bodies show signs of extensive genetic engineering. They're bioweapons themselves. Captain Holden looked at the unconscious Craxus. You mean someone made them? Who? I don't know, Dr. Warren said. But they're programmed to eliminate other life forms. It's not conquest. It's what they were designed to do. On the Craxus command ship, the Prime Voice received disturbing news. The subject species are recovering after contact with humans, his science officer reported. Their genetic structure is changing, incorporating elements of human DNA. Impossible, the Prime Voice hissed. No species can share genetic traits this way. The evidence is clear, the science officer insisted. The humans have found a way to transfer their immunity. If this spreads, our mission will fail. The Prime Voice made a decision. Launch our attack on Earth immediately. Use the new pathogen. We must eliminate humans before they can spread this ability further. Back at the sanctuary, the defenders were running out of space. They had retreated to the final level. The Craxus soldiers were just 1 door away. We've treated everyone now, Dr. Carter announced. But it takes time for the therapy to fully work. Dr. Warren studied data on her tablet. Some of the treated aliens are showing unexpected changes. Their DNA isn't just accepting the human sequence, it's actively combining with it to create something new. Before she could explain further, the final door began to melt under Craxus weapons. They were about to break through. Captain Holden received an urgent message from Earth. The Craxus have launched their attack early. They're heading to Earth with their new bioweapon. It's specifically designed to kill humans. Dr. Warren and Dr. Carter worked quickly to prepare the treatment. They set up a makeshift lab in the sanctuary's medical area. The alien survivors watched with a mixture of hope and fear. "We'll start with volunteers from each species," Dr. Warren explained. "If it works, we'll treat everyone else." A young vet stepped forward. The crystal being had deep cracks across its surface. "I will be first," it said in a musical voice. "My people are nearly gone. I have nothing to lose." Dr. Carter carefully injected the treatment into what seemed to be the vet's circulatory system. The liquid glowed slightly as it entered the crystalline body. "Now we wait," he said. Outside the sanctuary, the 5 Craxus ships moved into position. They started drilling through the asteroid's thick outer shell. Their weapons were designed to cut through any material. Captain Holden gathered the human crew. "We need to find the traitor before they can do more damage. Check all communication systems and watch for unusual behavior." Lieutenant Peterson and her team searched the sanctuary room by room. In a storage area, they found a small Mary floating in its containment suit. The gaseous alien was using a hidden device to send signals. "Stop," Amy shouted, drawing her weapon. "What are you doing?" The Mary's gases swirled faster inside its suit. "The Craxus promised to spare my world if I helped them. They lied. Now my people are gone, and I have nothing left but revenge. I want to see you humans suffer like we did." Amy approached carefully. "We're trying to help everyone. The treatment might work. You could be saved." "It's too late for saving," the Mary said sadly. "The Craxus are the end of all things." Before Amy could stop it, the Mary opened its containment suit. Without the special atmosphere it needed, the alien dissolved into nothing within seconds. Back in the medical area, something amazing happened. The young vet's cracks began to heal. New crystal growth spread across its damaged surface. The beam glowed brighter than before. "It's working," Dr. Warren shouted. "The human DNA sequence is integrating with its system." The other aliens rushed forward, now eager for the treatment. Dr. Carter worked as fast as he could, preparing more doses. "We don't have enough for everyone," he told Captain Holden quietly. "We need more time." Outside, the Craxus ships had nearly broken through. 2 hours had passed, and their drills had penetrated almost halfway through the asteroid's shell. Inside their lead ship, the Prime Voice received a report from his science officer. "The humans are attempting to transfer their immunity to the other species," the officer said, showing data on a screen. "Our sensors detect genetic activity in the sanctuary." The Prime Voice hissed angrily. "Increase drilling speed. We must stop them before they succeed." In the sanctuary control room, Ambassador Cthulhu watched the Craxus ships on the monitor. The proud Vexlor had received the treatment an hour ago. His damaged scales were already beginning to regenerate. "I owe you an apology," he told Captain Holden. "I was wrong to suspect humans." "We're all afraid," Holden replied. "Fear makes us suspicious." Cthulhu pointed to the screen. "The Craxus will break through in less than 4 hours. We have defense systems, but they won't hold for long. We need more time to treat everyone and evacuate," Holden said. Cthulhu was quiet for a moment. Then he straightened to his full height, his 4 arms moving in a formal gesture. "My ship is still functional. It is small, but fast. I will create a distraction to buy you time." "That's suicide," Holden protested. Cthulhu's reptilian face showed what might have been a smile. "An hour ago, I was dying. Thanks to you, I feel strength returning. Let me use it for something worthwhile." Before Holden could argue further, Alarms blared throughout the sanctuary. One of the Craxus drills had broken through in a lower level. Troops were entering the asteroid. Dr. Warren rushed into the control room. "We've treated representatives from 12 species. The therapy is working for all of them." "We're out of time," Holden said. "The Craxus are inside." The Horizon raced through space with 3 Craxus ships close behind. Captain Holden called the crew to the bridge. "They're gaining on us," he said, pointing to the radar screen. "We can't outrun them with our current engines." Dr. Warren looked at the display. "We need to hide somewhere. Maybe an asteroid field." "Too risky," Holden said. "But I have another idea." He turned to the ship's pilot. "Set course for the gas giant in this system. We'll use its magnetic field to disrupt their sensors." The Horizon changed direction, heading toward a large purple planet with swirling storms. As they entered the planet's upper atmosphere, lightning flashed around the ship. The hull creaked under the pressure. "This is dangerous," Dr. Carter said, holding onto his seat as the ship shook. "So is getting caught by the Craxus," Holden replied. The plan worked. The massive planet's magnetic field created a blind spot in the Craxus sensors. The Horizon circled behind the planet's moon and waited. Hours later, the Craxus ships left the system, thinking the humans had crashed or escaped. Back on Earth, Colonel Lisa Marshall coordinated global defense preparations. Every country built underground shelters and distributed emergency supplies. Scientists worked around the clock on weapons and shields against the expected Craxus attack. 26 days left, she told her team during a morning briefing. "We need to be ready when they come." A young officer raised his hand. "Ma'am, what if the Horizon mission fails? What's our backup plan?" Colonel Marshall's face remained calm, but her eyes showed her worry. "Then we fight until the last human standing. We will not surrender our planet." On Europa 9, Amy Peterson's ship arrived first. The hidden sanctuary was built inside a hollow asteroid. Once a trading post, it now held the last survivors of many dying species. Amy led her team through the airlock. The sanctuary's main hall was crowded with aliens of all types. Many looked sick or injured. All looked afraid. A tall Vexilor approached them. His scales were damaged, but he stood proudly. "I am Kefil, last ambassador of the Vexilor High Council," he said. "Are you the humans we were told about?" Amy nodded. "Yes, we're here to help. More of our scientists are coming on another ship." Kthal's eyes narrowed with suspicion. "How do we know you didn't create this weapon yourselves? You are the only ones not affected." "We're victims too," Amy said firmly. "The Craxus have threatened to release a new weapon against us. We're all in danger." In Dr. Wong's temporary lab on the moon base, progress came in small steps. She successfully transferred the protective human DNA sequence into a sample of Thet's cells. The cells stopped dying. "It works," she told General Harris over a secure video call. "At least in the lab. But we need to test it on living subjects. The Horizon team will handle that at Europa 9, Harris said. "If they make it there." The Horizon did make it. After losing the Craxus ships, Captain Holden pushed the engines to their limit. They reached Europa 9 3 days after Amy's team. When they docked, Dr. Warren couldn't believe her eyes. The sanctuary held fewer than 200 aliens. Just 200 from civilizations that once counted their populations in billions. "We have to help them," she whispered. Dr. Carter carried their precious cargo, the experimental treatment Dr. Wong had developed. It contained modified human DNA that might protect the aliens from the Craxus bioweapon. "It's untested," he warned Kthal and the other alien leaders. "It might not work. It might even make things worse." "We are already dying," said a crystalline Thet elder, her surface cracked and dull. "We have nothing to lose." As the scientists prepared the treatment, alarms sounded throughout the sanctuary. On the security screens, they saw 5 large Craxus ships approaching. "How did they find us?" Amy asked. Kthal looked grim. "We have a traitor among us. Someone who still believes the Craxus will spare them if they cooperate." Captain Holden checked the sanctuary's defenses. We have about 6 hours before they break through. Not enough time to evacuate everyone. Dr. Warren held up a vial of the treatment. Then we need to start the treatments now. It's our only chance. The Craxus message played on every screen across Earth. People in homes, offices, and streets stopped to watch the alien with 6 eyes and skull-like face. Fear spread faster than any disease could. Your genetic structure was not supposed to resist our cleansing. The Craxus continued. This makes you dangerous. You have 30 Earth days to surrender your planet and all colonies. If you refuse, we will release a new weapon designed specifically for humans. The transmission ended, leaving the world in shocked silence. In Washington, D.C., Commander Frank Russell stood before the hastily formed Earth Defense Council. Leaders from every major nation filled the room. They argued loudly about what to do. We should surrender, one shouted. We saw what happened to the coalition species. Never. Another yelled. We fight. Commander Russell raised his hand for quiet. We have 30 days. That gives us time to prepare. Captain Holden has a plan. Holden stepped forward. He looked confident despite the fear in the room. The Vexlor survivor that Lieutenant Peterson rescued is helping us understand the Craxus bioweapon. And Dr. Carter has made important discoveries about our immunity. In her lab beneath Seattle, Dr. Natalie Wong worked with Jack Carter. They studied the junk DNA sequence that protected humans from the Craxus weapon. This is amazing, Natalie said, looking at the computer screen. This viral sequence in our DNA isn't just protecting us. It's actively fighting back against the pathogen. Jack nodded. It's like our ancestors faced something similar thousands of years ago. Those who survived passed down this protection to all future humans. Natalie had a sudden thought. What if we could give this protection to other species? Could we transfer this DNA sequence to them? Jack looked at her with wide eyes. You're talking about changing their evolution, creating a cross-species gene therapy. Has that ever been done? No, Natalie admitted. But we've never faced extinction before either. Meanwhile, on the moon base, Amy Peterson prepared for another mission. This time she would travel much farther, to a place called Europa 9, a hidden sanctuary where survivors from 17 different alien species had gathered. This mission is top secret, General Harris told her. The Craxus can't know what we're planning. Amy looked at her small team. What exactly are we planning? Sir, Dr. Wong has developed a theory. She believes we can share our immunity with other species. Your job is to deliver her research team to Europa 9 and help them work with the coalition survivors. The Craxus weren't idle during this time. Their scout ships entered the solar system, staying just beyond Mars. They watched Earth carefully. On their command ship, the Craxus leader, known as the Prime Voice, spoke with his scientists. How did they survive our weapon? He demanded. Humans have unusual DNA, the chief scientist explained. They carry old viral codes in their genes. Something from their distant past protects them now. Can we overcome this protection? Yes, Prime Voice. We are creating a new pathogen that targets their specific weaknesses. It will be ready before the deadline. Good. These humans are dangerous. They adapt too quickly. If they learn to share their immunity with other species, our plans for galactic cleansing will fail. We cannot allow this. Unknown to the Craxus, a small ship called Horizon was already leaving Earth's atmosphere. Captain Holden commanded it with Dr. Warren, Dr. Carter, and a team of Earth's best scientists on board. They carried precious cargo, the potential cure for the Craxus bioweapon. We need to reach Europa 9 without being detected, Holden told his crew. If the Craxus stop us, billions more will die. Dr. Warren looked at the stars through the ship's window. The Craxus think they're the most evolved species in the galaxy. They're wrong. Evolution isn't just about strength or intelligence. It's about adaptation. And humans have been adapting for our entire history. As the Horizon accelerated toward deep space, alarms sounded. 3 Craxus ships had changed course. They were in pursuit. 3 weeks passed since the aliens left Earth. The world changed completely. News from space painted a terrible picture. The disease spread everywhere, killing billions across thousands of worlds. Entire species faced extinction. The Galactic Coalition, once powerful, now barely existed. Olivia worked day and night in her lab, studying the few alien tissue samples they had. Dark circles formed under her eyes from lack of sleep. She needed answers. The Coalition sent a message, Captain Holden said as he walked into her lab. He looked tired too. They're asking for our help. Us, humans. Olivia looked up from her microscope. What can we do? We barely understand what's happening. We're immune. That makes us valuable. They want us to help evacuate survivors from affected worlds. The next day, Lieutenant Amy Peterson prepared her ship for the rescue mission. As one of Earth's best pilots, she would lead the first team into space. They would fly to a nearby Vexlor colony that was hit hard by the disease. I don't like this, Amy told her co-pilot Ben Rogers as they checked their systems. We're flying into the middle of a pandemic we know nothing about. But we can't catch it, Ben reminded her. That's why they picked us. Still feels like walking into a fire because someone told you you're fireproof. Jack Carter arrived at their ship carrying sealed containers. These are test kits. Collect samples from any survivors you find. The more we learn about how this thing works, the better chance we have of helping. Amy's ship left Earth along with 5 others. They traveled faster than humans had ever gone before, using technology the Coalition had shared before the crisis. In 3 days, they reached the Vexlor colony. What they found shocked them. The once busy space station floated empty and dark. Amy docked her ship and led her team inside in protective suits, just in case. "Hello," she called through her suit's speaker. "We're from Earth. We're here to help." They found bodies everywhere. Vexlor corpses lay in hallways, their scales fallen off, their skin gray. The disease had worked quickly. "Over here," Ben called. I found one alive. A young Vexlor female lay in what looked like a medical bay. She was barely breathing. Her scales were falling off, but she was fighting to stay alive. "We're taking you home with us," Amy said gently. "We'll try to help you." The Vexlor looked at them with large, frightened eyes. "How are you still healthy?" she asked weakly. "We don't know," Amy answered honestly, "but we want to find out." Back on Earth, Jack made a breakthrough. He worked in a special room with the highest security. Nobody could enter without permission. "Look at this," he said to Olivia over video. He showed her a computer screen with DNA patterns. Human DNA has this strange sequence. We used to think it was junk DNA, left over from evolution. But it's not junk at all. "What is it?" Olivia asked. "It's like a shield. Millions of years ago, a virus infected our ancestors. Instead of killing them, it became part of us. That ancient virus is now protecting us from the Craxus weapon." In another part of the world, in a mountain base, General Paul Harris received a disturbing message. Earth's new space telescopes detected movement. Ships were coming. Hundreds of them. "Can we contact them?" he asked his team. "We're trying, sir." No response yet. A young officer ran into the room. "Sir, we're getting a transmission. It's being broadcast to every device on Earth." The screens around them flickered. A face appeared. Not human. Not like any alien they had seen before. It had pale skin stretched tight over a skull-like face. 6 eyes blinked at different times. When it spoke, its voice sounded like metal scraping on glass. "Humans of Earth, I am the voice of Craxus. Your immunity was unexpected. A problem. We will correct this error." The aliens arrived on a Tuesday. 6 massive ships appeared in Earth's orbit without warning. They came in peace, they said. They wanted to welcome humans into the Galactic Coalition. Dr. Olivia Warren wasn't sure what to think. As Earth's leading expert in xenobiology, she was among the first humans to meet the aliens face to face. The meeting room at the United Nations was filled with important people, but Olivia couldn't take her eyes off the visitors. There were three types of aliens. The Vexillor looked like tall, thin lizards with shimmering scales and 4 arms. The Thet resembled walking crystals that glowed with inner light. The Meri were the strangest, floating clouds of colorful gas contained in special suits. "We have watched your species for many years," said the Vexillor leader. His voice came through a translator device. "Your technology has reached a level where we can welcome you as equals." Steve Holden, captain of Earth's first deep space vessel, stood near Olivia. He whispered, "Do you believe them?" "I want to," Olivia said, "but something feels off." The meeting went well. Earth's leaders signed initial friendship agreements. The aliens promised to share technology and knowledge. Everyone was excited about humanity's new place in the galaxy. 3 days later, Olivia noticed something wrong with the Thet representative. During a science exchange, tiny cracks appeared on its crystal surface. The alien tried to hide it but couldn't. "Are you ill?" Olivia asked. "It is nothing," the Thet said. But by the end of the day, all 3 alien species showed signs of sickness. The Vexillor's scales turned dull and began falling off. The Thet developed more cracks. The Meri's gases turned dark and sluggish in their suits. Jack Carter worked at a military lab under the Nevada desert. When samples from the sick aliens arrived, he worked day and night to understand what was happening. "It's some kind of disease," he told Olivia over a secure video call. "It attacks their cells at the genetic level. Nothing like I've ever seen." "Can we help them?" Olivia asked. Jack shook his head. "I don't know. But here's the strange part. We tested it against human cells, and it doesn't affect us at all." Olivia's phone rang. It was Captain Holden with bad news. "The aliens are leaving," he said. "All of them, without saying goodbye. Their ships are preparing to jump out of our system." Olivia rushed to the United Nations building. The few aliens still there were clearly dying. The Vexillor ambassador could barely stand. "You must go," the alien said, its voice weak. "Leave your planet. It's the only way." "What's happening?" Olivia demanded. "Let us help you." "You can't. This is the Craxus. They always come when new worlds join the coalition. They release their weapon to clear the path for their invasion." "Who are the Craxus?" "The 4th race. They stay hidden. They use biology as a weapon. They've done this before, but never so completely." The ambassador's scales were falling off in sheets now. "We thought we were prepared this time. We were wrong." "But why aren't humans affected?" Olivia asked. The alien looked at her with dying eyes. "Unknown. Perhaps something in your evolution. Something unique. Study this. It may be your only chance." 2 hours later, the alien ships disappeared from Earth's orbit. That night, emergency signals came in from across the galaxy. The coalition was falling apart as the mysterious illness spread to every world. Jack called Olivia at midnight. His voice was excited despite the grim news. "I found something in our DNA," he said. "Something that's protecting us. It shouldn't be there. It looks like viral code that got mixed into human genes thousands of years ago." Olivia looked out her window at the stars. "So a virus that nearly killed our ancestors might now save us." "Maybe," Jack said. "But from what? What's coming next?" In his lab, Jack didn't tell Olivia about his other discovery. The pathogen attacking the aliens wasn't natural. It was engineered. Someone had created the perfect weapon to destroy all intelligent life in the galaxy. All except humans.